Welcome back. This is Eric
with blood, steel, and fitness.
today a chicken breast recipe for the grill that's out of this world. So I like to prep my meals a week in advance, and we're gonna cook a lot of chicken breasts. You know, crank it. I use charcoal. I think it tastes better. So cranking up the grill, getting out there, getting some vitamin D. My white ass needs vitamin D as much as I can get, so I'm looking forward to it today. Looking forward to cooking some delicious chicken. So if you guys didn't know about me, I'm from Buffalo, New York originally, and we have this spectacular marinade out there, Chevettes. So check the link in the description. I got a link right to the Amazon store. There was a time where you couldn't get this on Amazon. You would have to have a parent or a relative smuggle it in their luggage on the way to the airport. So I'm glad that we can get this. It's a little pricey at like $10 to $12 to get it mailed to your house. But what's really neat about this is it's really potent and it's good stuff. A little bit goes a long way. And I typically like to marinate overnight. My wife was out for her mom's birthday yesterday, and they went out to the casino in Biloxi. We're in Florida, so it's a little bit of a drive, but I had my son all night, so we didn't have the time to plan. Typical family life, but you know, we're gonna get a good 8 hours in. It's about 9:30 right now in the morning. I made the early morning run to the grocery store to get this done, and we're gonna get to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get our chicken out here, get it marinated, and get that in the fridge, and then the next time we'll be out grilling. So down here in Florida, we have Publix. It's a pretty good, pretty good grocer for sure. They have a lot of organic, grass-fed beef. You hear my kid in the background. They're getting out here, so staying busy. Say hi, Donna. So what I like about Publix, they trim it pretty lean, so I don't have to get in there and really cut it. All these cuts are already trimmed up pretty good. So I just got my Red Bull here. And we're throwing these chicken breasts in. Right now it's time to unleash this. You want to give it a good shake because there's a lot of spices. It's it's really indescribable. Apple cider vinegar base, I think. But what I think is really different is the concentration of the apple cider vinegar. I think it's much more potent in this than what you typically buy in the store, like the Bragg's or whatever. But there's also just really good spices in there too, and you can see it as you shake it up. So, And what I like, the sodium's pretty low. Not for a marinade, it's 460 milligrams. That's something I just try to keep an eye on. Cool, so we're gonna try to use maybe 3/4 of this bottle. I have another bottle in stock, but it's all good. We'll see how far it goes. We just want to submerge the chicken into it. Make sure it's covered up pretty good. We're almost there. That's about 3/4. There you have it. Ready to go into the fridge, and we'll be out on the grill now. We're just waiting for the barbecue to get nice and ready. The charcoals are getting nice and gray, so we're getting pretty close to being able to throw that chicken on there. So definitely a good time. I actually went to Lowe's and bought a new grate that folds open that you could throw like hickory in after your charcoal's done, so I'm looking forward to that. And what's really good about the cooking process of this chicken is that it's pretty forgiving. The marinade really tenderizes the meat, so you could get a nice, well done chicken breast and not really have to worry about it getting, getting tough or dry. So that's what I really like about it. I don't necessarily need a thermometer, even though, that's good practice, but I always just cut into it, make sure it's done all the way through, and it's still gonna, even if you cooked it really well done, it's still gonna have good flavor, and it's gonna be nice and moist. So with that said, this chicken's great. I recall back in the day going to the different festivals in Buffalo, New York, the Italian Fest, and the Erie County Fair, and they would have these rotisseries with Chevettes chicken on it, and then they'd be doing whole chickens on a spit, and man, that chicken was to die for. So kind of trying to recreate that a little bit in the backyard. So we'll throw the chicken on here in a minute. Alright, so the grill is ready. I have the hickory on there. I don't think I soaked it long enough. It's flaming up a little bit, but we'll get it better next time. But it's still smoking quite a bit, so I think it'll do the trick. Just wanted to show you the chicken here that is marinated. So check it out. It's you know, kind of turned a grayish white, soaked up a good amount of the chevetas. It has been in the refrigerator marinating for about 8 hours. I typically like to do a little longer, but I think this is going to be fine. I typically do a little more chicken than 6 breasts here, but this should get me through the week pretty. All right, guys, we're almost done. Looking really good. All right, we're back. We got the chicken cooked. It looks beautiful. My beautiful wife cooked some vegetables and some homemade mashed potatoes. Got about a cup and a half of mashed potatoes and about the same for the vegetables. And so we got a nice little meal prep here with some great tasting chicken. I'm gonna get it on the scale, try to get about 45 to 50 grams of protein per sitting. You know, I'm gonna fast for 16 hours. I'm gonna eat this. And one of the difficulties for intermittent fasting is getting the necessary protein. So the meal prep definitely helps me get to the goal that I'm looking for. So if you like this video and you're gonna try this recipe, hit the like button.
Smash it and subscribe.
I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for watching.